time to get educated. Today I'm going to be piggybacking off of a video that I did a few months back, and that had to do with monk mode. Now, I had shared some insights of what I was learning even in that time of isolation, right? I talked about isolation, not giving in to your desires, how you're going to have, how it was a testing time, right? How it was a testing time to see who was going to be productive and stay in your life that actually was beneficial for you. So this video is not going to pertain to everyone, but those who can relate will know instantly what I am referring to. For the last few months for myself, I have been in isolation from what seems like the outside world, right? I shared with you guys that I still have I still have a couple friends. I still go out in social situations, but I isolated myself from doing things in the past that provided me that validation, that made me feel like I had to be accepted, that I had to gain self-worth, that I was looking for something that others could provide for me that I didn't have within myself. And so in the same time frame, I was sharing with a friend the other day, like, I feel absolutely lonely, honestly, it's difficult. You always hear how people are talking about when they're at the top. It's lonely at the top. I'm not even at the top, right? I'm not even at the top yet, and it's lonely. It's lonely because I spent all those years growing around these people that they might have been an entertainment, right? They might have been there for entertainment purposes. They might have been funny. They might have been cool to hang out with them. It might have given me some good feelings. But did I actually benefit anything from it? Was it fruitful? Was it fruitful to me? Was it beneficial? Did they contribute something productive to my life, and did we encourage one another and build each other up? And the answer to that is no. A lot of it was just having fun, shooting the crap, enjoying each other's company, which is fine if that's what you're looking for. But for me personally, with this video that I'm about to share with you guys, for me personally, when you are going through a breakthrough and you are slowly leveling up, right? And you're just hammering and it just feels like you're pressing on and it feels like there's no progress, that's good. That's something that you do want in your life because it's showing you that you are slowly working your way. My whole life, I do a lot of things behind the scenes. I always discussed in the future that I wanted to do short stories, right? Short stories under a pseudonym name, like a ghostwriter per se. Because I'm not much of a person that likes to have tons of credit or acclaim, or just like everybody else, it's kind of nice. It's nice to have that recognition, that admiration. But for me, I just like to be the guy that works on behind the scenes and hustles in the dark, right? Why do we feel that we have to share with everybody our business and what's going on in our lives, in the operations that we're working with? And I don't say this in a pessimistic way, but I've learned from the months and over the years that I had this circle of friends that I surrounded myself with, right? You would tell people your plans, and they would either shut you down, it might have been a remark or something like that, or they actually took an action because they hate to see you succeed. And so lately, I've just been questioning myself, right, in this season. Why is it so badly that people feel the need to tear others down when they see somebody succeeding? Because here's the thing. The same ability and responsibility and discipline that one person has that you're looking up to or that you envy is the exact same thing that you can embody, but you choose not to do. I'm going to say that again. The same people that are complaining and upset about where you are at are the same people that sit there grumbling because they chose not to make the choice to do something productive with their lives. Now, I've said this before. Somebody once said, graveyards are a place full of people who never accomplish their dreams and destiny in life. If that isn't heartbreaking, I don't know what is. And that's one component to this breakthrough that some of you are about to have. Number 2 is that you are so emotionally, physically, mentally drained I don't know if it's, it can be you're working on side jobs. It can be you have a main job and you're working like 80 hours a week, right? Something that I haven't shared yet with you guys is that all these men want to have this wealth. They want to have these things, but they are not actively taking the steps to put money aside for those things. Let's say you want to be a truck driver, right? Let's say you want to be a truck driver, and they make lots of money, by the way, if you get your CDL license. For some people, it might not be their forte. But if you like to be by yourself, if you like to drive, if you like to do that kind of thing, but let's say you're working at McDonald's, but you hate your job at McDonald's, but you have to save up to pay for that CDL license or training, or maybe to move to the place and relocate where you want to do the truck driving. That's what you should be doing. Every paycheck, you should be setting that money aside. And so what I encourage every man to do is whatever that dream job is, whatever that future is that you envision, set money aside from the job that you despise now and just count bread up. Continue to make that money, make a solid investment, put it away for those funds so someday you can put your 2-week notice in and say, look, this job's been great. I'm on to bigger and better things. So if you are just like drained, right? If you're just drained and you just want to bro, I just want to go back into the earth. Like I want to literally just become like one with the ground and just like sink into it sometimes because of how overwhelming certain circumstances in our lives are. And I know some of you can relate. Now, I make that like a funny thing, but like in all honesty, I think that's how a lot of us feel when it comes to something like this. A lot of us want to just like have it be over with. Let me just be not bothered by the worries of this world. But that's not what we're here for, right? So even with this channel, even with the growth of the things that I'm moving towards in occupations, number 3 is that you are going to experience such a heavy resistance when you are doing what you love and what you care about. And before your breakthrough, you are going to experience so much heavy resistance, bro. I'm literally talking about crazy stuff, right? Maybe like your car just like stops working or the engine stops working all of a sudden, right? Something crazy like that. And you have to get to work and now you got to take a bus right before your breakthrough. Stuff like that happens all the time to people. People just don't talk about it. Some people call it good luck and bad luck. Some people just call it misfortune. Some people just say it's a normal thing. Whatever you believe it to be, I'm telling you right now, if you're experiencing heavy resistance, if you have so many things trying to oppress you from pushing past your destiny, you, my friend, are about to receive your breakthrough. Number 4. And number 4 absolutely is like a significant, right? Number 4 is a significant part of just before you reach your breakthrough. Number 4 is that the vices that you once conquered in your life are slowly trying to creep back in. Like I've gone years without smoking. Years without smoking. The other day I'm driving and I just had this weird craving to smoke. And I'm just like, since when? I never craved that, right? I never craved that. You get people hitting you up. You get old friends you haven't talked to in years wanting to socialize, wanting to go out and party, wanting to go out and drink. That is not me anymore. I like to go out for maybe like a nice wine or a beer and get a dinner, but I am not about I'm not big into the nightclubbing life anymore. I'm not big about that stuff because the environment that I put myself in when I was in those situations, and I'm not judging anybody else, but this is for me personally, was not fruitful. I came away the next night feeling a hangover, regretting a mistake that I made that night, and shaming myself for it. So why in my right mind would I go back to the things that destroyed me? I cannot stand here before you guys. I cannot stand here before you guys and just share this stuff and not walk it out myself. And that's the biggest thing that people don't realize. Every influencer, every person that is in a position of teaching people or instructing people or giving them lessons, you are judged on that. I'm judged for every word that I'm giving you guys right now. Because I believe that when I die, I'm going to be judged for it. And so I don't want to give you guys false information. I want to share only what I feel needs to be shared and is correct. I live my life as humanly as possible to literally be the best version of myself while improving on my weaknesses and gaining in my strengths and trying to encourage and lift other people up that were in the same exact place that I was 4 or 5 years ago. But we have a degree of accountability for every word that comes from our mouth. So people are like, oh, you're not like super adventurous anymore? Like you don't do that stuff? No. You can still go out and have fun, like I said, I shared what I might do. But those things don't control me anymore. And the biggest thing that I teach you guys is you can't have a vice, right? You cannot say you are a high-value masculine man. You cannot say you are a refined lad if you still have these vices controlling you, man. Everybody knows we're spiritual beings in a physical body. Since when? Since when? Since when do I let my flesh, my own skin and bone determine what I do, my own physiological responses, determine what I do when my spirit's stronger than my own flesh? We got to stop letting these things take hold of us. So number five that you're about to reach your breakthrough. The people that were in your life that were actually not good for you are now revealing their true nature. And you get so much more serious because remember, the friends you keep are what you're going to become, but also the progress you're going to make in life. You can work a 9 to 5, but my goals are not to work a 9 to 5. My goals are to work my own hours. If your definition of happiness is working a 9 to 5, going out and drinking, good for you. Mine personally, we got so much more to achieve. This is literally just the beginning of this channel. I have so many ideas. If you guys could see them all. So those people that weren't beneficial in your life, they're going to be pruned from it. Because the more you're getting higher and higher up on the steps of success, they're either going to try pulling you down or they're going to try to make you like them. And because you don't want that, you're going to lose them. C'est la vie. The final indicator that I consider especially that you're about to reach your breakthrough is that you thirst for more. You're hungry for knowledge. You are consistent. I want to briefly share something with you real quick. So the last month and a half or so, I've been reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There's a part in chapter 2, I believe, on desire that is a story of a young man during the gold rush who was mining for gold, and it took him months. And because he couldn't find any gold during this rush, after months he just gave up. He gave up it all. He took all his equipment and he went and sold it, actually. He sold all his equipment to a junk man. Now the junk man was meticulous and very methodical about how he approached this. So the junk man then went to somebody who was like an excavator or knew the layout, and he took the same equipment and they started drilling in the same spot, or they started mining in the same spot. So they're mining, right? The junk man, and he strikes gold. And what you find out, the moral of the story is that it isn't he striked gold because he striked in a different spot. He did the same exact spot. But the first man who gave up was only 3 feet away from hitting a payload that would have took care of him, his family, his extended family, but he gave up. So whenever you have that idea or that thought, you need to remember this story. You need to remind yourself that we don't give up. We continue pressing on. We're disciplined, we're consistent, we're motivated. It's like that one motivational video this guy shares. He says, they're going to have to throw dirt on top of me. They're going to have to bury me alive before I give up. Why is that not you? Better yet, why can't that be you? How many times have we said in our lives, oh, I give up, I quit, only to find out later on if we just kept striving, if we just kept pushing. Bro, I'm hurting too. I'm tired too. I'm mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted too. My body feels like it's taxed and I'm only 24. But we keep on pressing, we keep on pushing because that's the kind of people we are. Ever since I was little, I was determined and stubborn. I had an iron will as a child. And there's many of you that do not let up. That want to show up in their work. That want to show up in their relationships. That want to show up more in their life. So I'm asking you once again, that little fire that seems like it's so dim inside you, right? The little flame that's flickering. I'm asking you to explode that now. I'm asking you to pour gasoline on that now. I'm asking you to empty the tank. Because now is not the time to give up. Now is not the time to give in. Right now is the time to keep on pushing, to keep on pressing. I don't care what the matter is. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table. Who wants it bad enough? Who wants it more? I know some of you love watching sports. One of the best things that gets us fired up is how hype a team gets, right? Who wants it badly enough? The ones who win are the ones who want it badly. The ones who win are the ones who go after it with everything that they have, 100%, not 40%, not 50%, not 30%. Everything that they have. Empty the tank. And don't give up. Don't give up. If you like the video, make sure you hit the notification bell. I release videos every Tuesday. Leave a comment if you would like to know something or share something, and I will catch you guys soon.